make sure we can decentralize processes so that people are not, the whole Ghana is not traveling to Greater Accra. And then there will be too much lines and one person becomes God. That is why I'm making sure that Lands Commission offices in every district. And then making sure that we push for the digitalization of their services. And make sure that it's convenient and easy. And that is why we've given the directive for a 30-day turnaround. I believe with the combination of all of this, we will see a very effective Lands Commission in Ghana. I think that the review is ongoing, but I want you to know that in Ghana we don't do retrospective laws. And so if we have already given somebody a right and we really have new laws, I think we are always guided to make sure. And that's why this place is a place where investors always come to Ghana to invest. We will not jump on them and throw anything at them suddenly where they are not going to be aware of it. And so some of those agreements are really, sanctified, and we are going to respect that. But going forward, exactly what are the things that we can do to really empower the people of Ghana and make sure that the resources of Ghana, all of the things we are doing, if you look at the Mining Act and the things I've said, are basically putting Ghanaians at the commanding height of our industry, empowering the people of Ghana. This was the vision. So the vision of our founders, that we must get to the point where the people of Ghana are the real beneficiary of these resources. I believe that me and you, our time, we must make sure we push. And this is what the president is fighting for. When the president says that he is making sure that large-scale mining companies, and I'll tell you, already just in the last 6 months, we've been able to negotiate, and just by March next year, we are going to get a mine that was 30 years old back in the hands of the people of Ghana. And we believe that that is in the right direction. And that's why we are doing all these reviews and policy reviews. I think that the desiccation question was very important. But the Tree for Life initiative that has been launched directly addresses the issue of reforestation and afforestation. Thank you.
Right, thank you. So, if there are any other questions, we'll take them now.
Thank you very much, Honorable. My name is Patrick with Radio Gold. First and foremost, I want to find out from you, and I believe you've heard this call by civil society organizations and faith-based organizations as well, for government to declare states of emergency on illegal mining. What is the challenge with government? That is why you've not been able to do it. And secondly, I want to find out concerning the repealing of the act, that is LI 2462, has been also demanded by UTAG. Thank you very much.
Right. On that one, let me indicate that the Minister for Environment will be here on this platform to speak to that. The principle in government is that ministers stick to issues within their sector. So even though we know of the close collaboration between his office and the Minister for Environment and other sectors, we want to reserve that for the sector-specific minister to speak to. That is the LI. So when the Environment Minister comes, he will address that into greater detail. Yeah.
Honorable, where you there? Edenyamiase. Me pacho blue water gas no. Minu bi ote mi krom jama enough. Recruitment mo ya ne sen obede na wate. Na omo fit to say after omo adwuma no, because ye hu de napko beye ye temporary employment are creating my youth no. Ya na entamoa. Enti omo adwuma no mu wie na ye nsuo no eni tia. What is their fate? Akonta mining so ye nhye den nya update bia wo ho. And I'm at your blue water gas no ma equip mo ye, because galamsey for no weapons o mu kura no. Ta afa no mo be free reinforcement ama military for every baby abebo mo ahwe ana e be ya asem foforo nti me pese mi hu se o mo koroma equip o mo timi tutu o ma ne ye yi ana me da ase elembele star boy.
My name is Maxwell Agbagba. I work with Joy FM and Enjoy News. We are told that the Gold Board, between the period January to June, raked in an amount of $5 billion, approximately $5 billion, after we exported 51.5 tons of gold. Now, there are some people who are saying that although this is good, we may perhaps be sacrificing environmental protection on the altar of economic stability. I know the government has put in place mechanisms such as geotagging and all of that to make sure that the gold that the Gold Board is buying is from legitimate sources. But I want to find out what practical measures have we put in place on the ground. My second question, sometime in April, the Interior Minister announced a major policy shift that said that we are not interested in prosecuting foreigners engaged in illegal mining. We'll rather deport them. I want to find out from that period, so now, how many foreigners engaged in illegal mining have we deported? Thank you.
Again, that would fall under the remit of the Interior Ministry, not the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry. Yes. Please go.
So, good afternoon. My name is Emmanuel Romeo Tete. I work with Ahunto FM. Please, my question is, Honorable, what assurance can you give to the citizens that the new land reforms just outlined won't just benefit the elites, but also the ordinary Ghanaians who most of the time struggle with land documentations? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so 2 last questions.
Minister, thank you. Abdul Hanan Adam, EIB Network. Minister, you shed tears on TV after reportedly watching the destruction of some areas. And reports indicate that in the Western North region, one of your colleagues is engaged in illegal mining. The traditional authorities banished him from the community. I want to ask if you've informed the Speaker of Parliament for processes to begin to investigate your colleague in Parliament regarding illegal mining. Secondly, I want to find out about the Lab 2 of the Lands Commission, whether you intend to continue it, because we understand that it was discontinued. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I want to find out from you, Honorable Minister, if the aim of the Land Act 2020 is to enable government to appropriate land that belong to state institutions such as GBC. Because a piece of land that was given to GBC in 1956 by a certificate of allocation was appropriated a few years ago, and a mansion has been built on it. And as we speak, not a PESWA has been given to GBC. And the explanation is that, well, with the act in place, government of Ghana can appropriate any land that belongs to any state institution. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So the Honorable Minister will answer these questions.
I think anytime I hear state of emergency, I go back to the things we are doing to show that we are treating this matter as a matter of national emergency. In my speech, I was very clear about a complete overhaul of the licensing regime. It's part of the problem. If we are able to make sure that the licensing regime is more transparent and efficient, and that the turnaround time for licensing, those people who are engaging in illegal mining, because they can't just go through this bureaucracy, will follow and get licenses. That's one. And that's exactly why we are doing that. We are basically put very strict regulation on excavators, and I described the length and breadth of how excavators will enter the country, how they will be regulated from the port to geo-fencing them, geo-tracking them, and making sure that the control room at Mineral Commission will know every movement 24 hours a day. I talked to you about the coordination with the security forces, the police and the army, national security, and making sure that the ministry is taking the lead by coordinating these efforts into the establishment of a nerve center called NEMOS. This is really treating this matter as an emergency. I told you of bringing about the Blue Water Guards to make sure we train them to cover riverine areas as the first responders, intelligence officers. Under that purview, we've had 12 naval riverine bases. They are very close to where the naval guards, blue water guards are located, so that they can really be informed and respond. More than that, they are intelligence officers and educators of the importance of not polluting waters in those riverine areas in the community. That is treating this matter as an emergency. The Tree for Life initiative, that is really driving to make sure that we can plant millions of trees to restore our degraded lands. I talked about 7,500 degraded lands, and we are doing everything to aggressively make sure we can plant trees and bring it back and make it green again. Turning the water blue and turning this green aggressively in all these initiatives. Establishing cooperative mining, where we intend to organize mining better, empower people in communities, training them, giving them the tools they need, enhancing the capacity of geological survey, working with large-scale mining companies to identify mineralized areas, and putting people in organized groups. I believe that all of this are treating this issue as clearly a very urgent matter. We, as